and this is my final presentation for the Stucant Digital Marketing final. Over the course of like 8 weeks, we did our simulation, which has 10 rounds, and I managed to display and which I managed to do search, display, and shopping campaigns, as well as learning how to optimize budgets, keywords, and our targeting strategies. And I won't lie, this was a little bit more challenging for me. Reading the book really helped a lot, and then going through and taking all the quizzes and the tests, I could really understand that. But when it came to the actual simulation, for some reason it was a little bit more challenging for me to figure out how to go through and fully be able to complete like optimization and all of that stuff, which I'll be talking about in my simulation. So my first slide is the campaign summary. So in my search campaigns, my backpack, as you can see over here, it tended to, both of these are my backpack, so is this one. It tended to struggle a little bit with poor relevance and low CTR. And while the Messenger ad had 0 impressions due to low ad ranks, so my Messenger ad also did tend to struggle just a little bit. I had a very hard time optimizing and allocating my full budget to the proper things that I needed to allocate it to. However, my duffel ad was the strongest performer, generating over 210 conversions and $8,400 in revenue, which was really good for me, especially since I did tend to struggle. Here's the search ad of my duffel, which, like I said, it says fair, which is really good for me because the simulation I did tend to struggle just a little bit. My display ads tended to underperform just a little bit with weak CTR and little to no conversions. So I had to cut my CPM from $20 to $12 and reposition them for marketing, which also helped me to gain a little higher position in my search ads. My shopping ads, however, they were very consistent and strong, which I was very happy with high CTR and conversion rates through segmentation. But my segmentation was too broad and needed a little more refinement, which I did try to refine over and over again, and even watching the videos and reading the book, I guess I just didn't refine it enough. I have a hard time learning how to refine certain things, so that was a little bit of an area that I struggled in. And moving on to my next slide, which is going to be performance and dashboard analytics that I have up here. Here you can see behind me are my analytics behind the campaigns, which not the best. They could have been so much more better. The backpack and descriptions kind of failed to connect with the landing pages, which limited my CTR, which I tried really hard over and over again to kind of limit and refine and limit and refine. But once again, I think I just struggle with refining in general. And my keyword metrics revealed poor relevance and bid quality across my terms with little to no impressions, which I also kind of struggled with trying to make them better. There was quite a few in here actually that were really good or fair, but a lot of them were just sadly poor. However, my high intake keywords like the travel duffel bag performed well, which generated me 75,000 impressions and 146 conversions, which was really good for me personally because, like I said, I did struggle with a lot of this on and off. And my duffel ad and copy emphasized durability and outperformed the lifestyle messaging, which that was also really nice. And my shopping ads delivered 1,368 clicks and 73 conversions, confirming them to be my strongest channel of communication and marketing strategy that I did through here. And so now we'll move on to my analysis and reflection. So we have these 3 images up here that also show my analysis and my reflection. So my Messenger ads highlighted the importance of strong copy and keyword alignment. Both descriptions lack benefits though, and calls to action, which I really tried really hard to find good calls to action benefits for these, but I guess I just really tended to, once again, struggle in this form, in this area. And my keywords did show, once again over here, kind of just that poor relevance that I did have. My audience targeting also revealed some mismatches, which I tried also, once again, pretty hard to refine and align with my audience when I was reading the reviews that people have put like in the personal client portfolio or like PDF that we had as well. And I tended to learn that consumers value practical features like the durability and versatility more than aspirational slogans. So I did learn that I needed to be a little more dry and like clear cut with my wording instead of enticing, I guess would be the best way to put it. That's kind of how I did that. My audience targeting also showed that my chosen affinity group didn't align with my intended persona, which is something I also tried to work very hard on, which I just kind of missed the mark a little bit. But from testing my duffel ad descriptions, I learned that these insights guided my budget reallocations and copy improvements. So I did improve over time, just very slowly. I feel like if there were a couple more rounds, then I probably would have got it a little bit better, or if I had taken like a longer class, then I would have got a little better. But just with how fast everything moved and how fast the simulations were, I think I was just lacking there. Which brings me to my final slide, which is ethical and legal considerations. So no campaign is complete without considering the ethics. I ensured transparency in my ad copies, respected consumer privacy, and avoided misleading claims. That was something I really wanted to make sure that I did, was not be misleading, which could lead into legal troubles for the future. Overall, I did learn how CPCs, CPMs, and CPA bidding strategies directly impacted my ROI. And I also learned how critical budget allocation and keyword intent are key to success. They really are the thing that you need to have and learn about, mainly to have that successful ad or shopping campaign or whatever campaign you're doing. I really did enjoy the simulation though. It taught me a lot. I feel like I got a lot of new skills that I learned, and a lot, like especially when I took the final test for it, I did understand all of that information. And it really bridged the classroom concepts with real world application. Like I really appreciate how the simulation let me get a more real world approach to marketing in the digital marketing world. I would recommend it to future students for sure, with the hands-on experience that it provides and the directness that it provides in teaching you how to do and allocate budgets and things like that. So thank you so much for watching my presentation. I hope you enjoyed learning how I did kind of struggle a little bit, but to be honest with it and to learn to live with it, and how it really did improve my knowledge of digital marketing skills. So thank you so much for watching my presentation.